97X, the rock station, with us this morning. Very funny tater salad himself, comedian Ron White. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know so much about your life because I follow you on Periscope, man. You love working and talking with your fans.
I do. I really do. Now, I don't get on Periscope unless I'm real drunk, so that wouldn't be an example of my best work. Right? No, I think it would.
It's some good stuff, man. So, Roadies, Showtime. I've been catching it. I'm still a couple episodes behind, but especially that first episode where you get into that fight scene, man. That was one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a long time on TV.
Oh, thanks, man. We shot that scene about 40 times because Cameron doesn't know how to make television shows. He knows how to make movies, and so he shoots. These are hour-long movies, is what they are. And I was completely worn out, and I had to fight those guys they were trying to take me down. I had to physically fight them, or it didn't look like I was. And by the next day, I was so sore, I couldn't hardly move. And but I really enjoyed what we got out of it. I mean, Cameron won't quit until he has what he wants, and that's something you can count on. That's for sure. So, and at the end of the day, you're proud of the work. So, I'm good on Cameron for being such a disciplinarian.
It was great stuff. Roadies is on Showtime, and the good thing about the time and age we live in now, even if you don't catch it in real time on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock our time, you can go back and catch the episodes. And I'm playing catch up on it. So, fantastic show.
Yeah, it is. It's on demand, and it's really gathering an audience, and it's just a wonderful show, and it's not a real dark show. I mean, there is a backdrop of sex and drugs and rock and roll because it is rock and roll, but that's not the focal point of the show at all. The focal point of the show is the relationships between these people that live together on the road. This huge family of people that tour. And the people who give up their lives basically to make music happen, and without those people, music does not happen on that scale. And so it's an important story to tell, and there was really nobody qualified to tell it but Cameron Crowe.
Here we're talking about comedian Ron White.
All right, I'd like to get into another aspect of your life. You're still the smart vote for President of the United States. For anybody out there that isn't familiar with your platform, could you go over it for us?
I'm gonna legalize marijuana.
Yes.
In Vero Beach, just one town. That's it. The town I got arrested in.
Yeah.
I've got a really big plan for a war on meth. I want to have boots on the ground, U.S. troops on the ground, going after these local meth labs. I'm going to put a bounty of $20,000. You show me an operating meth lab, I'm going to send boots on the ground. I'll give you 8 seconds to throw your little meth baby out the window or whatever you're going to do, and then I'm going to blow the place up with you in it. So I would have a really, really, really good time. And I've talked to some Navy SEALs and Special Forces guys. They're like, oh, yeah, that'd be fun. I do something with those skills, man.
Now this is my moment of kiss assery. I'm such a huge fan. I actually met you 5 years ago, and it was really great because I had just got done doing stand up the night before, and I'm still an amateur, and I deal with a lot of hecklers, and I'm sure you do too. And I saw you here perform in Panama City, and there was a heckler that you dealt with very professionally. It was hilarious. What is the worst heckle you've ever got that you can remember on stage that it just pissed you off?
Well, number one, they all piss me off because I've got 2,000 people in front of me or whatever the number is. And I'm trying to entertain them. So if somebody stops that show with something that they need to feel like they need to interject, it pisses me off. So I'm really quick and really brutal. And if somebody wants to have banter with me while I'm on stage, that's like me playing ping pong with a chicken. I mean, it's really third grade comedy. It's easy to do. It's not what I want to be doing. So, if somebody gets chatty, I'll have them thrown out of my show in 2 seconds. That's how I deal with hecklers. Goodbye. Yeah, because I don't have time. I want to entertain the people that are watching. I don't want to talk to somebody that's there. I just won't do it.
Right, and I saw you kick somebody out because the woman that heckled you at the show I saw was sitting right next to me, stood up in the middle of the show. You were talking something about your early blue collar work, and she stood up is like, "Where's Jeff Foxworthy?" Like, who the hell do you think you bought tickets to? It didn't say Jeff Foxworthy on the ticket, and you threw her out. I appreciate that so much.
Well, I do that for the people sitting around them, because it's just such a distraction to everybody else, and I don't tolerate it. But we let them know that, too, coming in. And I do it without remorse. I mean, it is too bad that they don't know how to act in public, but if they don't know how to act in public, they get thrown back into public.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's the equivalent of crapping in the street.
Right, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Ian has one of the most fantastic stories that pop up from time to time here on the show when he was in Gainesville. And Ian, you met Ron and you came into a bar and
and you kind of shut the place down. And this was like years ago. I don't even know if you remember. You travel so much, but I remember this vividly. You came into the bar and we had a conversation, and I told you a couple jokes from the stand-up set that I did the night before, and that really inspired me to just keep going with it.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Have you kept going?
Yes, I just did a show on Thursday, and I've got another one in a month, and I've got one the next night. I'm really trying to get into this and maybe not get to the level that you are, but at least, make it to where I can be happy.
Yeah, we want you happy. We want you happy. Listen, I didn't set out to get to where I am, and that's a good idea, is not to set out to get where I am. I just set out to get, I would have done it as a hobby, which is when that was my intention, was to do it as a hobby. And all this stuff just happened as a result of me getting better at the art form. So, and this is 30 years and 11,000 shows, so you probably have a while to go.
Hey, Ron, I know we got to let you go in just a second, but Ron, I like to ask this question from time to time, people that we view as really highly successful people and people we really respect. And for anybody, whether it's comedy, trying to get into acting, anything of that nature, success, what would you tell a person that's, trying to reach their goals? What words would you give them this morning?
Well, I know two truths at 60 years old, almost 60. Is that success comes from desire. And if you don't have desire, you'll never have success. You won't. It's how bad do you want it? And the other one that I know for sure is true is anything has the potential to become a DUI checkpoint if you crash your car into it.
Wow. Both of those are so accurate. All right, Ron White, catch him on Sunday nights, Showtime. It's on Roadies. He plays Phil, the tour manager. Funny show. Ron, thanks for taking time with us this morning. Have a fantastic day. We'll be watching on Periscope.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me on your fine radio show this morning.
Thank you, sir.